Hello everybody. So let's wait. So just a second. Let's wait few seconds so everybody can join. Just a second. Let me check the connection. Let's see the connection. Let's see the connection. I think we are there. Yes. We are on live. Let's see this one. I'm checking on my laptop just to be sure that we are live. Yes. Fantastic. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We are now, I will uncover this maybe. We are welcome to the language challenges. Today we have part 4 out of 52. Can I see if we are actually, it's the picture is unfortunately turned. This is not good at all. I don't know why is it like this, but yeah, unfortunately picture is turned. It's not much I can do about it. It's like this. I don't know, to be honest, why YouTube is doing like this. I have it only on YouTube, by the way. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Unfortunately, it's written language challenges. I cannot write in mirrored way. I'm not in CAA. What I am is my name is Radomir Sejdak, and a few years ago I took a challenge for myself to move to Germany without knowing German language, without ability to speak, also without a job, without even place to live, just a temporary booked on Airbnb. And with this, that was 7 years ago, I had a priority and focus to start to communicate as fast as possible. And I did manage to do it in general in 2 years. But after 6 months, I got a job as a German-speaking coordinator. And I was then able to improve my German in coming another 1.5 year, including getting a few jobs which required German, and job as a manager also in one of the biggest company in Germany, having German interview, German bosses, and so on. That was less than 2 years, by the way. And I wrote about the stories in this book. It's unfortunately in Polish because I'm native Polish, and I do it like Polish, Germany, 1-0. We love football. Also, German love football. So I know everybody loves this title. Also including Germany. So it's a story about me getting from zero to somebody in Germany in actually 2 years. So it is just 2 years, including learning the language. And this is also the time when I founded this channel. Started this channel called German with Radomir. First of all, now it's language challenges. And with this, because I saw I'm getting on the track to learning faster language. I'm getting on track because I tell you a little bit my story. I had also German lessons in school. When that have to be 4th grade, so it had to be like 10 years old, 10, 11, it was 4 years, and I didn't learn anything in German. Literally, it was the worst subject for me. The worst grades I had from German. Unfortunately, it is like this. But with this, I didn't give up on learning languages because actually on the next school, like high school, I had English and I was a little bit better. Probably because English language does not have so much grammatic. It's not so complicated. But still, I couldn't get English to be communicative because few years later, like 3 years later, I started to learn English. I went to England and it appeared I don't speak English or I couldn't understand any English, and really speaking was almost impossible for me. I had to learn for another years English to improve my English. But anyway, coming back to German story, many years later, I moved to Germany without knowing any German, and I wanted to learn it before, but I couldn't just improve it because I was attending, guess what? Courses, schools, private schools even, and courses. It just didn't work. That's why when I moved to Germany, I mean, I had a deadline. I wanted to move to Germany, but I had a hope that I can teach myself German until this time. Well, I did a little bit, but it was really 1%. From knowing what I know now, it was really 1%. So with this, I started to discover new ways of learning German. That's why I founded also this channel after a few years of learning. Well, really it was 2 years. After less than 2 years, I founded this channel where I started to put here first songs which I translated from German to English. And there are a lot of them, and also trailers of the movies, just to translate them, just to also infect you with the desiring of learning the language pleasant way, nicer way. So with this, I wanted to show that it's actually possible also to learn the language in pleasant way. With this, I can only tell you that. Oh, yeah, connection is there. Yes. With this, I can only tell you that with this, I started to learn language different ways. And this is what I'm talking about on this live. By the way, if you don't know who I am, first of all, I introduced this book, yes, 120. But also on the way, I introduced this one, Speak German. It's about German. Because I started to learn this new way, I learned German. And but what I discovered later after this, when I spoke German communicatively, by the way, is there any German person, people who lives in Germany right now and can connect? Please write me in a comment, because I discovered these new ways of learning German. But guess what? Looks like these ways of learning were also more universal, and I used the same principles in learning Spanish. So actually, I started when I got to the communicative level in German, I started to learn Spanish, using only the best methods I mastered learning German. And guess what? I got to the communicative level actually in 1 year, and I could only practice it and master it. That happened a few years ago when I started to learn Spanish, and right now I communicate actually every day on the voice messages with people speaking Spanish. This is my routine. Also, every day I communicate in German. This is also my method, and I write them all, by the way. So this book, first one, was about living in Germany, and about both of them, by the way, are available on Amazon. On Amazon, if you want them. Is it visible? No, it's still mirrored, unfortunately. Yeah, they're both available on Amazon. My name is Radomir Sejdak. It's written here, Radomir Sejdak. Actually, good that I put it in the description. No problem. Then you will see in the description. Apologize for this. That's unfortunately it's not. It's a picture is mirrored. But anyway, what I want to say. Well, let me close the door, not to disturb anybody. But anyway, when I started to learn this the Spanish, I discovered that it's working on Spanish. So that's why a few years later, I decided now to also take on new challenge, which will be now learning French. That's why we are here. I changed the name of the subject of the channel to Language Challenges, and right now for me, the channel is learning French language, which I never attended any courses, I never attended any school, I never learned French. So I just started. We are in the week 4th out of 52 because it's 1 year. 1 year, yeah. Everything is distilled in the books, by the way. If you want to know everything, which will be on the webinars, every ways I'm going to talk about here, please find a book on Amazon. But if not, but still, this webinar, these lives are for free, just to also get you feeling. please write me in my comment 2 things maybe. What language is your challenge to learn? Which language you are always dreaming about to learn? Which language is always waking you up at night so you wanted to speak it with it? Maybe which language you want to learn because you want to discover more the country you are interested in. Maybe French. France is beautiful. France is great. France is all over the world. French language is being spoken all over the world on many islands also, which belongs to French. Do you know that actually 1/6 of the French territory is outside of Europe? Yeah, so it's really big country, diverse with a lot of islands. And or maybe you want to learn English, which is now #1 language in the world. Yeah, I know a lot of people just want to learn English because this is #1 language in the world, the language of science, the language of technique and engineering, and first of all, the language of economy and finances. That's why it will stay internationally known language very long time from now, and nothing will change it for now. Or maybe you are taking on some other, like Spanish, which is very popular language because all Latin America, South America, Middle America, and Mexico, they speak Spanish. Apart from Brazil, which is big part of the South America, but still you have Middle America, yeah, with Nicaragua, Panama, and so on, and Mexico, they speak Spanish, and Spain in Europe. Yes, so it's very useful to know Spanish also. Or maybe you are taking on Russian. Doesn't matter about Russia, but there are a lot of countries where Russian is being spoken. Or maybe you want to speak Portuguese, which is being spoken in Portugal and in Brazil. So it may be also useful. Brazil's economy is very, very strong and is growing fast. So write me please in a comment which language are you attempting to learn. I'm waiting for you to write. Please write me in a comment. What else? Yes. So now it's week number 4, and I will actually today's subject will be about concentration on vocabulary. Just one friend of mine, Eric. If you are there, hello to you, greetings to you. Eric is my speaking partner from France, which we met just a few weeks ago, and we are sending to ourselves messages in language. So that's the tandem. I'm talking, of course, about it in this book because this is one of the strongest way, the best ways to speak languages, because it's exchanging the voice messages. And Eric is from France, and he is sending, and he speaks, of course, native French, and he wants to learn English to the communicative level. I'm speaking English communicative easily, but I'm attempting to learn French. So this is tandem. We are exchanging our language skills. And the point is in this that I'm sending to him English messages, just 1 minute, okay, sometimes 1 minute, sometimes 2 minutes, but 1 message in English about whatever, what I'm going to do, what I did, what are my plans, what happened, what I was eating, what I'm planning to eat. So I'm sending 1 minute message in English and 1 minute message in French. Well, I don't speak French, but I'm preparing for this. I translated Google Translate. I'm preparing, I'm reading, I'm listening, and then I try to record it. Mostly reading, unfortunately. It's be honest, yeah? It's true, we are just in week 4. I just started. It's really sending the message, written messages in French. And then Eric is sending to me, hi Eric, if you are there, sending me 1 minute message in French, in his native language, so I'm able to hear it, to have contact with French language, French language, and 1 minute in English, which he struggles, he is learning like me French. He's probably a little bit better in English than I am in French. Yeah, that's good. That's the challenge. Yeah, that's the name of the challenge. So now I want to learn this as quickly as possible. So I need to push myself. So he is sending these messages. Let me update you if you are okay. Yeah, sending messages also in French in French and English, and those in this way we are both learning. So anyway, thank you, Eric, for this question. So Eric asked me, okay, how to master vocabulary faster? How to master vocabulary faster? The number of words. And the subject for today is we dive deeper to the subject of vocabulary. Look, there is some very interesting facts. In almost any language, there is a dictionary about, about 400,000 words. 400,000, almost in any language. Is it English, German, Spanish, French? Most of the languages. This sounds really intimidating. It sounds 400,000 means I will never ever learn it. That's true. It's really impossible. But don't you worry. Most of the native speakers, they don't even know those 400,000 words, and only in the television maybe they will hear in some, va-bank question or very difficult in crosswords. Yeah, there will be 400,000. But don't you worry. Just typical person uses only 6,000, maximum 8,000 words. Let's make it a little bit bigger. 6,000 until 8,000 words. That's it, every day. Yeah, this is much less than this. Look, if it will be 1,000, it will be one of the 1,000. It would mean 4,000. This is so this is 2 of the thousands, which means, is it less than 1%? Is it 0.2? It's actually it's enough. What is that? It's enough when you will be learning. It's only 0.2% of the words of the language is enough for you to speak like a typical person in a country. Is it in England? Is it in Spain, France, Portugal, Mexico, USA? That's it. That's all. Normal typical person is using this. This is mind-blowing, I would say. So this is what I answered not only to Eric, but this is what is based also on the learning of vocabulary for me. And what you're doing with this, you have only those 6,000, but what is very good, that some of the words you are using more often than others. For example, you use more often words eating, drinking, door, lamp, mobile phone, computer, shirt, hat, eyes, don't know, watch. You use it more often than other words which will be, for example, insignificant. Astronomy, stars you probably use, but and sun probably use, but astronomy or spaceship not so much. Yeah, and there is several words, because there's a lot of technical words you will never use. Yeah, and quadruple or propeller or engine pistons. Some people may use them more, but some not, and most of the people not. So, and from this is coming very important thing. Out of the 6,000, 8,000 words, there is what is important. That's 1,000, the most frequently used words. Most frequently used. This is responsible for, what do I see it? Yeah, 50% of the communication. This is mind-blowing, because it's only this 1,000, the most frequently used words, they are responsible for 50% of communication. I would say this is the groundbreaking, the breakthrough in learning, because you need to focus only on this 1,000 and you have already 50% used words which are used in daily communication. And with this, you can know 50% of the words which have been spoken to you. And the most important in communication is speaking. It's not writing, it's not reading, it's speaking and listening. Speaking and listening, this is the communication. And this is, and what is another step? If you add another plus 1000, which is 2000, the 2000, the most frequently used words, 2000 is responsible for at least 75%. At least 75% of the communicative language. This is amazing. And there are researchers who are saying that actually first 1000 is not 50% but 60-70%. And those said that 2000, they said actually 2000 is almost 90% of the speaking words. So actually 2000 words can be all you need for the normal communication. The rest you will understand from context. But from my experience, from what I learned in learning English, but German and Spanish in just last few years, that this 1000 is really enough for you to communicate and to get traction, that you are interested in language, that you are happy of learning, that you are happy of communicating, and you are happy from listening. And those things are mind-blowing for saving your time, saving your energy, and this way you can also save up on your effort to learning and not give up on another New Year's resolution. Let me know in the comment what do you think about it? Did you know about this 1000 words is actually 50% of communication? Did you know about this? It's 2000. The most 2000 is actually responsible for 75% of the communication. That's amazing. I mean, yeah, I'm in Germany. I was learning German really the hard way, first of all, in the school. And then I started to learn also the old way in Germany, being in Germany, the old way. And then I saw that actually the words I was learning, I cannot use on the street, I cannot use on the road or in work, because people are not using these words. So I focus myself on the most frequently used word, the most frequently used 1000, 2000 words. Let me know in the comment what do you think about it. And I'm broadcasting to you, by the way, from Germany, actually, South Germany, near border from Luxembourg and France. So my challenge is to learn French. So if your challenge is to learn any language, please write in the comment. I will be very happy to guest you here. And I'm here, by the way, every week now because we are on the challenge. It's week number 4 out of 52 because this is 1 year challenge. 1 year challenge for me to learn French. And if you want to join, please join me and also learn like me. Write in the comment any questions and which language you are taking on. Now, let's move forward. I will cross some of those. Let's say this, I will write here. It's 4 out of 52. And let me make some space. So, let's hear. Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's do like this. So, we have 1000 words. And what do we do? How do we learn it? All right. So what I do is this. I go to the YouTube. And just write there. The most frequently used words in well, I write French, but you can write whatever language you want. For example, French, English, or Portuguese, whatever you want. This is what you type. And what will happen when we type it, huh? Let's see. Let's see. What will happen? What is it? The most frequently used words in, well, it's English. Yeah, okay, let's see English. Oh, 100 words. I have 100 words. 1,000 mostly frequently words. Yeah. 3,000. Well, 600 English words for everyday life. It's a lot of them. Look at this. Let's see what they say. Huh. Floor, flower. Flu. Flute. Nice. They are in English. No problem. Let's write in, like I did, French. French. That's it. Oh, that's my French. Oh. Passer, to pass.
Passion. Passion.
That's easy.
Passion.
Passion.
Watermelon. Pastèque.
Pastèque, watermelon. Look at this. There's plenty of words I need to learn.
D'après.
D'après, according to. Yeah, somebody made it. And somebody made it for almost any language, or any language I could find is there. Is there. This one is in French. And this is what you are going to do with those 1,000 learned words. You just find it there, and somebody is speaking to you how they are being pronunciated, what is the vocabulary, the most important vocabulary you need to learn. So this is mind-blowing, I would say. This is really mind-blowing for me. That's really helped me focus on the most important. Oh, I have a question. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Jordan. Thank you very much for question. 100% agree. Sometimes people think on the things they don't need. Absolutely agree. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what else? Then you learn the vocabulary on Anki app. Exactly. Thank you very much. This is the step I wanted to go through now, because what we are going, thank you very much, Jordan, for the questions. So then we have the words, the most important words. We write them on YouTube. So somebody speak it for us. Somebody tell us how we can pronounce it. And what we do with this? We go on the app called, we go either on app, or I'll show you just right now. Let me type it. In the app store. Anki. Flashcards. Here you go. That's the Anki mobile flashcards. By the way, I don't have any links to this. I'm not getting paid for this. I know it's working for me. It did work for me, so that's why I'm recommending the tools which I'm using. So it's there. It costs $30, 30 euro. It's 30 euro. So in dollars must be like 35 or something dollars. And you have it for lifetime. It's not for per year. It's lifetime. 30. Anki mobile flashcard. And this one costs. But you can also type Anki Web. Here you go. Anki Web. And this one is for free. And this is, I created there the chapters, Deutsch, Español, Français, where I put all of those words. Or actually, I put there any words. I'm on the street, I'm on the bus, I just write there, oh, bus, I don't know how is the bus. So I write their bus. I check in the dictionary, how is it, and I write their bus. Or I don't know how is the car. Or in Spanish, it's coche. So then I write it there. Also the car, and they appear. So for example, what do we have in German? Oh, flights to Poland. Let's see. Whoop, whoop. I will make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. Oh, up, 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 up. Flights to Poland, for example, that's Fliege nach Polen. Up, show the answer. Fliege nach Polen. All right. I can press either good, so it's that I guessed it, or hard, if I thought too long, or again, if I didn't guess it. I guessed it, so we go. Oh, I have the same opinion as you. So I write here sentences, short sentences, but this is too long maybe for you, sorry for this. But for example, this one, die Birke, yeah. This is actually in Polish, so it's birch. What is it? Cancellation. How is it in German? Stornierung. So we have it, Stornierung. I guessed it, I go. If I wouldn't guess it, it was it again. And in 10 minutes, it will come back to me. So, yeah, dough, Teig. Yeah? Okay, der Teig. Band, yeah. Lumba. Yeah, suspected, for example. So I write there in English, and I need to guess, yeah? Verdachtige, or verdächtiger. Yeah, good accent, yeah, of course. I need to, speaking English is very nice to apply also different accent, but still, verdächtiger. When I'm speaking German, it's mostly, automatic. Switching in the same second is very challenging. This is challenge, yeah? It's challenging. But anyway, so in this way, on Anki app, you can learn it for free. You are typing just only work you are typing yourself there. And this is the best thing you can do for yourself, because this way you are learning also by typing. And what do we do with this knowledge? What do we do with this? Actually, what we do is very simple. We just learn it. We just learn it in. What do we have? Another question. Thank you. How much time you recommend to spend here every day? Actually, thank you, Jordan. I wanted to say about it. Thank you. How much time do I spend to learn? So, look, we have this 1,000 words, and it's not 400,000 as I wrote that any language have 400,000 words. We have 1,000, but still sounds a lot. What I do is I divide it. This 1,000 I divide for 10 new words per day. 10 new words per day, yeah? And this is where I ask in settings also. I ask in settings that please make it wherever it is, limits, and I add here, please, 10. How many reviews per day? Let's see, times, yeah, let's say times 5. Hop, and I have it, yeah. I have only 50 reviews and 10 new words, and this will be enough. You can make up to 100, but still, 10 new words per day. Is it a lot? I'm telling you, it's not. Try to do it. I usually do it in the morning, because in the morning you need to exercise, to wake up as fast as possible, to be ready to job, and this is what I do. I'm doing this in the morning, so I wake up my brain. So I'm doing this I make physical exercises, but also you can go running, but also I make these words because this is very good to wake up your brain. What can be better than wake up your brain with the learning the new words, the languages. It's really mind-blowingly easy. So with this, you just 10 words per day. And look at this, how his mathematics is going. Do it please every day. Don't do it once per week, 70 new words, because you will kill yourself and you will not make it. Once per week, 70 words. Just better to do it do it every day, 10 words. You can make 5. If it's too much for you, start from 5. I recommend doing 10. 10 per day means those 1,000 we are talking about will take you 100 days. 100 days, which means just 3.5 months, maximum 4 months. In 4 months, you can learn 1,000 words, which is 50% of the communication. Isn't it not mind-blowing? This is amazing. With this, you can actually learn so quickly. And I spend for this 10 minutes per day. 10 minutes per day for this. Actually, I have to spend more because I'm learning French now, but I'm reminding myself also Spanish, and there is also plenty words to learn in Spanish, so I'm also doing Spanish every day. French, so I have a double, but yeah, I'm a polyglot, so I like languages. By the way, I never had talent in languages. I just discovered in older age, which means after 30-something years old. So it's not only for children, by the way. It's not only for children. And look, if you will learn 10 per day, and you do it 8 months, so you do it 200 days. 200 days, yeah? Times 200 days, you end up with 2,000 new words. And I promise you, even after 1,000, you will have attraction. You will like it very much, because in this moment you can switch on the movie and you can understand what is going on there. And 2,000 words is responsible for minimum 75% of the communication, and easily will allow you to speak out what you're going to speak. This is really mind-blowing. And this 2,000 you can learn in 200 days. It's 8 months. Just like this, yeah? 8 months. And with this 8 months, it's less than 1 year. And less than 1 year, and you can get these words to get in the communicative level. I personally think it's mind-blowing. I personally, when I discovered this kind of statistic, that about the words, frequency of using the words, it really was mind-blowing for me. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? Let me know what the languages are you taking on, what are your challenges. Please write me in the comments, let me know. And I hope you can join me next week also on live. If I will do it, yeah, I'm going to do it this 1 year, so please join me, because my challenge is to learn French. And if you want, you can join me and write me about your progress. What is your challenge? Which language you would like to learn in coming 52 weeks, in 1 year? Yes, that's the language challenge. Yeah. But it's not challenge impossible. As I told you, I learned just 2 new languages in last few years, and I know it's possible also for me to get a French. By the way, the new word I learned, the most funny or the difficult word I learned in French in this week is please again, or yes, again. It's called encore une fois. This is really encore une fois. Pronunciation in French is really something challenging for me. So it's encore une fois. Well, it's like again or speak again. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just learning. So yeah. By the way, it's so this is learning step by step, and I literally now cannot make full sentences in French. This is I learned like this. By the way, if anybody will tell you that you need a talent to learn new languages, this is clearly something out of the discussion, out of the mind. It's not needed, and if it would be so, then a lot of people would just stop learning anything. So you are learning in school some kind of math, some kind of language, well, not your language, some kind of music, some kind of sport. Anybody can run. You don't need to be Olympic runner. Everybody, like comparing to sport, everybody can learn to play football. You don't have to be Cristiano Ronaldo for this, but you can play some football. Yeah, everybody can learn swimming. You don't need to be like Michael Phelps. You don't need talent for this, but to learn it on basic communicative level, this is what you need. And for this, you need zero talent, really. So this is kind of bullshit, which is stopping people from learning. And also, you will hear it from people who never want to try because they need a talent. So that's this comparison I always use when I hear about it, because it's really something which stops mentally us from developing. So I told you, in the school, learning German or German language was one of the worst for me to learn. It was one of the worst for me because language was the way schools are learning is not meant to teach you fast. Unfortunately, teachers, unfortunately, schools are not preparing you for learning quick. They are also only there to teach you for years, so attending there and give them your attention, your time. Unfortunately, they are not there to teach you. And also, language schools are also there to keep you there as long as possible. So they cannot teach you in 1 year, because if they will teach you in 1 year, you are not going to pay them another 3 years. So it's better for you to learn step by step. This is how the business is unfortunately created. But if you are in the need of learning new language very quickly, as I was moving to Germany with zero knowing of German, and when I wanted to learn Spanish, which I never learned before, and I knew zero about Spanish, then when you push yourself to make it to communicative level as soon as possible, as fast as possible, without wasting your precious time, then you can make it much quicker than any school can offer you. And this is what I'm telling. Yeah, this is what I do. And I'm going to prove it also with French, which French is for me, French's pronunciation is really terribly difficult. I mean, I can't say a lot of words in French, apart from maybe pardon, s'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît, but really it's a difficult language for me to learn. And with this, I leave you here. That's why it's a challenge. Yeah, I learned few languages already, and I know it's possible also with French. So if you have any questions, please shoot. If not, you can also write down in the comment after this webinar. I hope it will be saved. Sometimes it is, sometimes not, but this one should be saved. There were no disruption in connection, so it should be saved. So yeah, it was very nice to see you here. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope I see you next Sunday, 7:00 p.m. Central European Time, 7:00 p.m. in whatever time zone you are. Please join in the appropriate. It's 7 p.m. and I see you next Sunday. Yeah. So thank you very much for attending again. And yeah, by the way, sorry for this mirrored picture about the books. There are in the description. So if you are interested, all the things I put in the book. Yeah. Take care and see you next Sunday on our challenge. Oh, and disconnecting. Right? Take care.